Welcome to Coreum Concepts. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Hopefully I can leave you some value. In exchange, you'll give me a subscribe, like, share the video. Get the word out. Want to get to that 1,000 subscribers. Got an NFT prize package to give away of multiple NFTs. So help me out to get there and let's get into it. I just have a update here today. Likely doing a live stream tomorrow to get into a few things a little deeper, but try and get through this as quick as possible here today. Looking at the markets, total crypto market cap is up again, 1.069 trillion. Gold is under some significant pressure, $1,818.40. You can see it's approaching a regional low. Eyes on that. And silver is much the same story. It's just back above $20, but it was a little bit lower yet there today. And DXY obviously is the opposite direction, reaching new local highs at 107.103. Coreum is back below 8 cents at 7.75 cents. And Sologenic is trading at 9.17 cents. XRP is trading above 50 cents at 51.347. And Bitcoin, after a bit of a pump there in the last 2 days, has come back down a bit and is resting at 27,597. Did reach a high of 28,576. So did kind of complete that local resistance there, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Checking in with the Coreum network, 229,719,000 tokens are locked up, representing 43% of the circulating supply. Current staking APR is an average of 29.9778. You can see Bitrue holding a 9.46% of the vote. Cosmos Station 8.96%. Zen Lounge 8.89%. 007 Coreum 6.84%. And Informal Systems 3.75%. Coming down here and checking out the Coreum Community DAO. You can see we are currently at 0.98%. Just a little bit more needed to get us there. 127 unique delegators and 2.2 million tokens locked up. Getting closer and closer to that 10 million block mark at 9.663 million. And want to take a look at the, that was the other thing I wanted to look at here. Yeah, I was in a chat there the other day, and some people were under the impression that Coreum had a fixed supply of 500 million. And however, that was the original supply of Coreum. It does have an inflationary mechanism built into it. And you can see here that the current inflation is running at roughly 13%, and the supply is at 532,865,027 as of today. I've been asked several times why this isn't reflected on CoinMarketCap, and it's a great question. If somebody knows the answer to that, please reach out. I'd love to know it. But we'll take a look at how that inflationary process works by going to the Coreum technical paper, section 2.1, staking. Staking is one of the most important components of the proof of stake blockchain. It ensures the network remains secure while giving validators and delegators a passive income by staking their core tokens and getting rewards. In fact, staking is the backbone of every proof of stake consensus. A proof of stake network is secured when stakeholders lock their tokens and are granted voting power in exchange, power that can be used to vote on each block. The assumption is that to the benefit of the stakeholders to secure the network, since the value of their assets depends on the security of the network itself. It can be deduced that the more tokens that are locked as stake, the more secure the network is. For example, the total value locked, TVL, staked is about 1% of the entire token value. Then if attacker controls 1/3 of that 1%, they can halt the network. But 75% is locked as TVL, then they need to control 25% of the total value to halt the network. So a proof-of-stake network must encourage its participants to stake to reach reasonably high TVL percentage. Given the fact the only incentivization mechanism in proof-of-stake is block rewards, if there are enough transactions in each block, more fees will be collected and more people will stake their tokens. But if there are not enough transactions happening, then the rewards will be too low and the TVL will go down, bringing risk to the network. To accommodate for that problem, variable inflation is introduced, meaning that some tokens will be minted in each block, added to the block rewards alongside the fees, and passed to the validators and delegators to incentivize them to provide more stake. And the amount of inflation rate is inversely proportional to the TVL. If the TVL is equal or higher to the target value, then the inflation rate goes down to its minimum, and if it's not, it will go up, but there is an upper limit to the inflation rate. I think that was 13% that we were looking at there. These tokens will be minted in a manner that the maximum yearly inflation rate is observed, and is evident that the minting will introduce inflation to the system, which will further incentivize non-stakers to effectively stake their tokens so their assets don't lose value. It must be noted that if there are enough transactions in each block, and enough incentivization is produced from the transaction's fees so that the stakers are locking up enough tokens to meet the target TVL, then the inflation will not be necessary and will automatically go down to zero. So in the early stages of the chain right now, there's hardly any transactions going on. Down the road, if it's being widely utilized and the fees are generating enough to incentivize the delegators and the validators, then the inflationary stops. So that's the variable portion to that. So I hope that explains it. There's some confusion out there. Sologenic is a deflationary token. It had an original supply of 400 million tokens and burns tokens with transactions and other use cases. So that one is deflationary, but Coreum has a variable inflation rate and could at one point become deflationary in itself, depending on transaction volume. So I hope that clears that up. If any more questions, just leave it in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it or provide more information. Checking in with the MMRI, we're still up in that extreme risk zone at 311. You can see here we're going off the charts for the last year. And F.A. Aldemir posted Sologenic. Notice we've breaching the pivot of the upside on a very tight daily camarilla. Once we breach all the resistance levels, the robots will be out of the way. Also notice bullish cross on the balance volume. History shows that it can indicate pumps of 100% or more. So look at his work here. See the cross there. So I'm not too sure. Definitely not financial advice. I'm just meeting F.A. Aldemir for the first time here right now, looking at his chart. Don't know anything about him, if he's a good chart maker or not. Just interesting post, something to watch. And much like this, don't know much about XRP Nigeria, but he's saying here, buy Solo right now and hodl. Like I said previously, a large entity might have outrightly bought or partnered with Sologenic. He did hashtag that speculation, and if you know, you know. So if anybody knows anything about that, please do tell. More than interested to know more about that story. And speaking of Sologenic, unpacking the Federal Reserve's latest report on tokenization, 2.15 billion market, now 16 trillion by 2030. And it's an introduction to Mike McCluskey, one of the new members of Sologenic. And he says here, financial institutions should be learning and building for a tokenized future. So like I said, I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. We're going to dive into this Medium article in some more detail there and learn a bit more about Mike McCluskey. And I wanted to talk about this one here a little bit. CoinHolder posted an article today, and he says, uncaging the lion on the XRP ledger, the XLS-39 clawback feature. So we'll take a look at his article here, just released today. The XRPL continues to push the boundaries of innovation. With recent release of Ripple 1.12.0, a new feature has emerged, the clawback feature. This core feature promises to elevate token asset control capabilities of the XRPL, offering enhanced trust and safety for issued assets. But what exactly is clawback, and how can it benefit developers and users? Let's dive in. Clawback is not just another feature, it's an addition to the XRPL's toolkit. This feature, proposed in the latest Ripple release, is now eligible for voting by the validator community. If adopted, clawback will empower developers and companies to take control of their issued assets in a more secure and efficient manner. In contrast to other ledger functionalities such as freezing, clawback presents a streamlined and effective solution that resonates with the XRPL ledger community's dedication to innovation and security. The clawback feature is natively accessible to all developers aiming to bolster control, trust, and safety for their company and assets they issue. But when would an issuer need to claw back tokens? Clawback can be a valuable tool in cases of fraudulent activity, when a user loses access to their account and requires account recovery. This feature works by enabling a flag for trust line, which users must use to send and receive particular asset. This added layer of security can provide peace of mind for both issuers and users. Users need transparency. For users, transparency is key. Before purchasing a token, users can now check the trust line to see if the clawback account level flag is activated. This allows them to make informed decisions about the assets they interact with on the XRPL. The presence of this feature complements existing freeze feature, which can also affect trust lines by allowing issuers to freeze assets in response to malicious activity. So that's where you want to be careful on who you're interacting with if you have those types of conditions on your token. Trust lines are a fundamental object type within the XRPL ecosystem. They serve as spam control filter, preventing users from receiving unsolicited or unwanted tokens. Authorized trust lines enable issuers to determine which accounts may receive or hold their issued assets. This flexibility is particularly important depending on the project and geographical location of the issuer and end users. In the trust line object type, along with the freeze and clawback features, we are designed to work with seamlessly in the XRPL ecosystem. They provide developers with tools to create and manage assets while ensuring the highest standards of security and control. Moreover, the clawback feature represents another step forward in the journey to empower developers and enhance user trust and safety. This feature undergoes evaluation by validator community. The broader XRP community is invited to check out the documentation, review the code on GitHub, and provide feedback or suggestions. In conclusion, the XRP ledger remains a dynamic and innovative network where developers and businesses can build confidently, knowing the network is continuously evolving to meet the demands of the broader industry. So we all know there's lots of changes proposed right now with the XLS-30, the automated market maker. I haven't checked in on that lately. I haven't heard of much movement towards that going to vote yet, but we will look at that maybe in that live stream a little closer. So, and the clawback's a debatable feature. Obviously businesses and institutions need a feature like that. And then on the flip side, people don't like the idea of an outside entity being able to access funds in your wallet without your consent. So, interesting conversation. I'd like to know anybody's thoughts one way or the other in the comments, and have some more discussion about that. David Swartz has a comment about it. The clawback amendment is now eligible for voting. This allows issuers of new assets specifically created with this feature enabled to claw back a specified quantity of the asset from a holder. Some thoughts. Clawback is a newly proposed feature that adds to the XRP Ledger's token asset control capabilities. It's part of the latest release. There's the documents. We already talked about this, so we won't go through it again. All right, yeah, well, it's basically more of the same that we learned in that article from Michael McCaffrey. Okay, and then in that live stream, I want to dive a bit further into this. Daniel and We Say Win got a lot of conversations going on that I want to expand on, learn more about. I do have a recording of a Twitter space that We Say Win was in today, providing tons of great information on his new project and the Xrpl cluster, which I want to learn more about. And Daniel from Casino Coin here is talking about using the wallet and how it's benefited him and its users. So I want to dive into more of that. And the wallet here, they actually put out a little public service announcement here. It's got some value to share, and I will. Here it says and the XRP Ledger. Funds are stored on the XRP Ledger, not your phone. Secret key, a unique combination only you know. And importance, whoever knows the secret key controls the funds. is self-custodial. You have full control over your assets. All right, so we'll take a look at their little video here.
Your funds are stored on the XRP ledger, and only your secret numbers can access them. We require you to re-enter your secret numbers after Sum provides you with them. This takes some time and effort, but doing so ensures that you are able to regain access to your funds in the event that you lose your phone. If you get a new phone in the future, you'll need to re-enter your secret numbers to access your funds. So, if you lose your secret numbers, your funds will be forever inaccessible and thus lost. Sum can neither restore nor reissue your secret numbers to you. Here are some tips for keeping your secret numbers safe. Write down your secret numbers and store them securely in several different places. Do not share your secret numbers with anyone. If someone knows your secret numbers, they can access and spend your funds without your permission. Do not store your secret numbers online. Your Google Drive, email, or cloud can be hacked without your knowledge and your funds stolen. And do not make a selfie with your newly opened account and share it on social media. Cryptocurrency holders have been robbed at home by criminals using hand weapons. No matter how good our encryption is, you are still vulnerable to these types of attacks and extortion. Don't be a statistic. Only ever share how much cryptocurrency you own with your close family. For users seeking additional security, we offer physical Tangem cards for purchase. Be smart and be secure.
Here's some good advice. It's always good to have a little refresher on the security there. If you feel that your seed phrase is compromised, make those changes now before there's any problems. And if you're new and need to learn about any of that further, you can definitely go directly to Zum and learn all about that. Okay, and then the other thing I want to expand on, like I said, that Twitter space that we say when was in, proposed change to the XRPL public infrastructure. That's the infrastructure overhaul, the cluster. That's the XRPL ledger full history cluster that they're talking about there. I haven't listened to it. I recorded the Twitter space, but haven't listened to it yet. So I'm going to listen to that before the live stream so we can dive into that. And there's this post here that was retweeted by We Say Win from Fredo Ayala. Says those contributing resources will earn the lion's share of the billing from larger consumers. It's akin to an Airbnb for XRPL infrastructure, providing for the first time a financial incentive to contribute to the network's core. And this is on a post that Zum made on September 26th. This is without a doubt the most monumental upgrade to the XRPL infrastructure since its inception. So, yeah, I want to definitely dive into that a little deeper and see what that's about. And then I haven't heard a whole bunch about this. I just kind of heard it in the distance and wanted to take a closer look, and it definitely needs some more time. So again, on that live stream tomorrow, being Tuesday, we'll look at this a little bit further. I'm going to try to learn a little bit more about it before then. But yeah, very interesting site here that we're going to take a look at also. So that wraps that up. I'm going to encourage you to stake your Coreum if you haven't done so already, for the reasons explained earlier in the video. On the way out here, going to play a little promo video that we did for the OmniFlix.tv platform interactive video. Appreciate everybody's support. Please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and any questions or comments below. Appreciate all your support. Peace and prosperity to you all.
Ever pondered the current state of blockchain technology and its potential limitations? Picture a technology that is energy efficient, highly scalable, and fast. A technology that is not only environmentally friendly, but also boasts a quick block time of 1.75 seconds and low-cost, predetermined transactions. This is not a mere figment of imagination. It's a reality called Coreum. Coreum is a bonded proof-of-stake network that harnesses the power of Cosmos SDKs and is IBC-enabled. It's a third-generation enterprise-grade blockchain that is ISO 222 compliant. It boasts on-chain KYC and AML. It's a technology that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the blockchain world. But what sets Coreum apart? It's the unique features it offers. One of these is smart tokens, a programmable smart contract with built-in intelligence and automation capabilities. These smart tokens are not your average tokens. They can execute trades, distribute rewards, or enforce certain rules and conditions. This level of intelligence and automation is a game changer in the blockchain industry. And the benefits? Coreum brings a plethora of advantages to the table, from minimizing environmental impacts with its proof-of-stake mechanisms to offering a fast, low-cost transaction platform. Coreum is reshaping the way we think about blockchain. It's not just about creating a secure, decentralized network. It's about creating a network that is efficient, scalable, and intelligent. But the beauty of Coreum doesn't stop at its features and benefits. It's a community that is empowering tomorrow, today. A community that is passionate about blockchain and committed to driving innovation. So why wait? Join the Coreum Community DAO. Be a part of this revolutionary journey. Experience the future of blockchain technology today. The future is here, and it's in Coreum. Stake with Coreum Community DAO. Empower tomorrow. Together, today.